Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Anyone who knows me will know that I have been playing The Sims since I was like 6, and the game that really got me into The Sims was The Sims 2. I have always stood by the fact that I think The Sims 2 is the best Sims game, and in my opinion it far beats The Sims 4 for so many different reasons. And one of the reasons being that you can create your own neighborhoods, really. The Sims 3 kind of gave you that. I think you had to use an external program to do it. With The Sims 4, I feel like you might be able to do it if you use loads of mods, but for The Sims 2, you didn't even need to use mods. You just kind of had that already in the game. If you just go to the menu and scroll across, you can just click to create a custom neighborhood, which is insane. I thought we could go on a little bit of a journey when playing The Sims together, and I thought we could kind of build up a neighborhood together. And so, welcome to Woodwell. I have literally just created this neighborhood. I have literally done nothing in it except pop a few flowers down, add a couple of community lots so that Sims had something to do, add a few farm patches over here, and then add in my skyboxes. So that is literally all I have done. So my idea with Woodwell was that we get bin families that come with expansion packs. So from what I know, Rosalind came with the Pets pack, as did the Critter family. I believe the Optimus and the Ramaswamis came with Seasons, and the Traveller family came with Bon Voyage. We also have two households that come in the Lots and Houses bin. They basically come packaged with their houses, so we have the Cat family and the Kim family. And so I thought, I don't really play with the bin families, so I thought, why not kind of make a whole town that's kind of built for them. Of course, I did add some of my own Sims in because I love making Sims in The Sims 2. For example, we have the Ito family from The Sims 4. I've basically recreated them in The Sims 2, and the Campbell family, who I kind of just made for fun. I made the two adults on Body Shop just randomly, so I thought, why not add them in? And then I did also create the family who we are going to be playing with today. When placing the families, I decided to randomize it just so that I'm not putting a family in that I know I'll want to play with all the time. It was so that I make sure that I don't just move in the two that I made myself first. So I randomized a number between 1 and 6. It should have been 1 and 7 because I'm not including the Critters because they're going to have to move in with another family. And then originally I wasn't going to play with the Optimuses, but I kind of want to. They weren't included in the original rolling. I rolled a 2, which was another household that was in the bin, and they are now in the neighborhood. So anyone who's played The Sims 4 will know these two. They are an iconic couple from The Sims 4. They live in Willow Creek, and I kind of have a bit of a storyline in my head about why they've moved from Willow Creek to Woodwell. Let's just hop into the family. One thing I will say is I found creating them to be quite difficult. There are a few limitations in The Sims 2 in regards to creating Sims, which kind of aren't present in The Sims 4. For example, you can't manually manipulate their lips to look a certain way, you can't get their head an exact shape or size, so it was a little bit difficult creating them, but I think I did okay, especially with Eliza. But also, the custom content I have is quite limited. I have a lot of default replacements. Because of that, I didn't have exact versions of their outfits from The Sims 4, so they don't look exactly the same, but they look close enough for me. This is their house. I did make this myself, and I'm not usually a builder, but I've been really trying to get into building on The Sims a bit more. Anyone who's played The Sims 2 and has tried to build on it will know that it's very difficult sometimes. I have a bit of a storyline going on for these two in my head. Eliza is an only child, and I think neither of her parents had siblings, so she is the only grandchild for both sets of her grandparents. I like to think that this house in Woodwell used to be her grandparents' house. However, they both passed away and have since handed the house down to Eliza. She and Bob moved in. I feel like Bob isn't the happiest about the move. I feel like he quite liked Willow Creek, so there might be a little bit of arguments between them, mainly because he's had to leave his career behind. I think for me, Eliza really enjoyed whenever she would stay at her grandparents' house, because as you can see, there's like another room here, which I was originally going to make a study, but I don't have the funds. I like to think that this used to be her grandparents' room, and this used to be the guest room where she would stay when she'd come and visit her grandparents. She used to really enjoy her time here, and so when they passed the house down to her, she jumped at the chance to move, especially because there wasn't really anything tying her down to Willow Creek. Based on The Sims 4, it does seem that Eliza has a bit more of an expensive taste compared to Bob, and so I like to imagine that they had the kitchen and the bathroom renovated before they moved in, just so that it was up to Eliza's standards. The furniture in their bedroom, I am thinking that they bought that before they moved in so that they could also make sure it was up to Eliza's standards. The only thing in my head that they didn't manage to get was new living room furniture. I think Bob bought the TV because he's a lazy sim, and I feel like he'd quite like watching the TV, so I feel like he did buy a bit more of an expensive one rather than the box TV that Eliza's grandparents used to have, and he bought a gaming console. But the lamp, the phone, the rug, sofas, these two bookcases, and this chess table and chairs, as well as all of the curtains, I feel like are the original furniture that Eliza's grandparents had bought, basically. This I am also going to give to Bob because I cannot see Eliza driving a pickup truck. Plus, Eliza gives me the vibes that she'd be someone that would walk to work, or she'd be happy to carpool because she's quite outgoing, whereas Bob is lazy and is quite shy. When I was creating them, I was really trying to match them to the traits that they had in The Sims 4. I tried to do that with aspiration as well. I don't know if I like fortune for Bob, but nothing else seemed to fit. Maybe I could have done pleasure, but his lifetime aspiration on The Sims 4 was Master Chef or something like that, and I feel like the pleasure sims tend to want a bit more of like a relaxed time, and I feel like if Bob wanted to be a Master Chef, he'd want money in a way, so that's why I gave him fortune, but I can always change that worst case scenario. Bob is sloppy, shy, lazy, but he's playful and he's very nice. And Eliza is quite neat. She's fairly outgoing. She's not necessarily lazy, but she's not really active either, but she is serious and she is a little bit on the grouchier side. There's a couple of things I like to do before I start playing, which I will be doing this with every household. In terms of them having jobs, I feel like they would get jobs. The problem is that I don't like using the newspaper, so sometimes I do just cheat it. So I am gonna put Eliza into law, and then Bob can go into culinary. Take job. Okay, so let's get playing. So Eliza wants to kiss Bob. So I do try and play somewhat once based. However, it can get a little bit tedious, especially because they do tend to roll the same once over and over again. So I do try and play personality based as well. And then in this case, because I do kind of have storylines in my head for what I want them to do, I am kind of going to play personality wise as well. So in terms of plans for the house, I feel like the kitchen's fine how it is. I might just add a few more things to the walls. In here, originally I was going to have this room as the study, but I feel like I might just stick a computer in here, just because they have so much dead space here. So unless they kind of want anything in particular that will fit in this space, I think I'm going to put the desk in there. So they're just going to have some breakfast together. I think even though Bob's not overly impressed about moving, I don't think he would necessarily take it out on Eliza. I think he is a nice sim, and so he wouldn't choose to do that anyway, and he wouldn't overly like doing it anyway. I think he wouldn't be overly happy, but he'd know how much this house meant to Eliza, and so he was fine with moving. I'm curious to see if we're gonna have a welcome wagon, because there are technically 3 sims that can come. We have the cat family, and the Kim family that are technically moved in. So it's interesting to see if they come. Eliza would 100% clean this up. They do have neighbors. Oh my god. Oh, their outfits are terrible. I'm gonna have to... I need to change their outfits, which I might do now because I do have Cosy up, so I can kind of make them look better because these are awful. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Tara to wear an outfit like that, but I feel like Bob wouldn't be the one to answer the door, so I'm gonna have Eliza come and greet Robert, and then I can change all their outfits because they're gross. But to be fair, both Bob and Eliza do want to make a friend, so this is quite beneficial. I don't know when I'm gonna get to play these three because I don't know whether I want to get all the others moved in first, and so these two households might be kind of last on my playlist. Okay. Oh, okay, so we can't change her because she's the only one in that household, so she's just gonna have to live in that really disgusting outfit for a bit. Right, so they are playing, which is fine. I'm happy with that because Eliza wants to make a friend. I feel like Tara kind of gives me vibes that she's quite a loner as well, so maybe Bob can kind of try and get to know her a bit more. I do also have Macrotastic, so I could use that actually. So for some reason Eliza has 2 bolts of chemistry with him. Whether or not she would cheat, I don't know, but we'll see. Sometimes they autonomously do it, and if that's the way that they want to go, then fine. The one thing about me is I actually struggle to play romance sims just because I am a family sim at heart, so trying to play a romance sim is actually stressful for me. So what I like about Macrotastics is it will literally just keep auto-socializing, which makes it so much easier. Because instead of me having to constantly line up things for them to do, Macrotastics kind of does it for you. So they need 3 friends, which is good because there's 3 Sims here. So Thea's just... You've turned my TV on and then just gone to sit in the kitchen. Surely these are comfier than these. Maybe not. These are expensive. Why are you sat in my kitchen on your own? Okay, so Robert and Eliza are now friends, so we'll kind of just let them talk for a little bit longer because even though she has nearly a high bar with him, if they've only just become friends, that means that he's only just got 50 short-term relationship points with her. So we'll also go and socialize with Cynthia. I love when they laugh as if it's like the most hilarious thing in the world, because chances are it wasn't that funny. So these two are socializing in the empty room. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but pop off, I guess. Cynthia has left the TV on. The pancakes' bill is going to be incredibly high. That's great, because they've got no money. Okay, so these two are becoming pretty good friends. So these two seem to be getting on a lot better than... Right as I said that. Right as I said that. They did not get along. Okay, so... Bob, you can now come and use... Then because he's a slob, I'm actually going to have him take a bubble bath. Only because... In The Sims 2, slob sims will get puddles of water all around the shower if you make them shower, and it pisses me off. Like, it annoys me. Realistically, I need these two to become friends before sending them home, because for them to get promotions they do need more friends. I'm not gonna rush into getting them promotions though, because I do have another custom HUD which you'll have to let me know if you want to see a tour of that or not, and literally the adults just got promoted all the time. And I was like, there's no realism in this. So I'm not going to rush into having them do skill points if they need them or anything. Do you want to come and serve some pork chops? These two are really not getting along anymore. I feel like they were getting along quite well. Okay, we're not going to chat anymore. I am going to make them do some other things because they're just not... They're not getting along, so I'm praying he doesn't set fire to the house. He does have a relatively high... He's burnt them, but he didn't set fire to them, so he does have a relatively high cooking skill. She's gossiping about Tara. How rude. Bob is eating his burnt pork chops. How beautiful. I'm sure they taste really, really good. Well, Eliza, do you want to come and eat these burnt pork chops? You can come and put these away. I've just realised I completely forgot to get my sink. I mean, they have a dishwasher, so it's fine, but... Okay, I feel like Bob would kind of go off and be on his own for a little while. Because he's quite shy and he's a loner, so... The matchmaker's here. I actually never use her. However, I might do for a change. Because we do have a single... We've got a couple of single sims. I mean, Tara and... I don't know who, like, what the name of the guy in the Roseland family is. I suppose they could get together. Oh my god, I've just realised what I forgot to do. She might not even be straight. So I need to adjust my ACR settings. Okay, so once we've done that, I run the randomizer on the HUD. I am going to do it on no pref only and high because I don't really understand the low settings. And Tara is gay. Iconic. So that's why I like to do that. Because now she won't be with that Roseland guy. Might make use of the matchmaker when playing the cat family then. Which will be quite fun because I don't usually do that. Okay. Bob, do you want to say goodbye to everyone, please? Because it is 10 PM. I didn't realise it was 10 PM. Liza, can you come and clean these up? Because they're currently in the bathroom and they're having a conversation, so they're not going to move. Bob can go to sleep. Then we will get Eliza's needs sorted and send her to bed. She now wants a promotion, and it's because they've managed to get 3 family friends. Bob kind of doesn't care. So even though he's a fortune sim, I know there's going to be a possibility at some point that he rolls the one to get promoted, but I feel like this kind of makes sense. Like, he wants to make money, but he doesn't overly care about getting promoted. But we do have a full day with him the next time we play, because Eliza's in work and he's not, so maybe he can go to a community lot, but we won't be playing him for a little while, because I play rotationally. So I play one season with a family, and then move on to the next one. So the next time we pick up with Woodwell, we will be moving another family in, because I think the Kat and the Kim family are going to be at the end of the rotations because they're already moved in. Like, I'll just flip a coin between which one I play with first. But what we will do at the end of this video really quickly, once this is ticked over to autumn, is we'll just roll to find out who the next family is that we're moving in, so that I can kind of get a bit prepared. Because I think with any pre-made families like the Roselands or the Ramaswamis, I am going to do a little bit of research into the families prior to moving them in, just so I can kind of make the house exactly how I imagine they would have it based on their personality. Unless you guys say that you want to see the house being built, I will be building it off camera, kind of similar to what I did with the pancakes. So, but yeah, so let's roll. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 families, so we're gonna roll a number between 1 and 6. We got 5. Which means our next household is the Optimus family. Oh god. I will say I might not necessarily cheat, but I'm definitely, when building, gonna put down a hacked PC so that they can take out a loan, because these guys are gonna need a big house. Because for anyone who hasn't played them before, Samantha is pregnant, so Samantha is the mother, and she's pregnant with twins. So they're gonna have 5 kids, and plus they need a room for grandma, they need a parents' room. I could possibly get away with 4 bedrooms for the kids. I can see Tommy, so Tommy's the youngest, I believe, he's the toddler. I can see him having his own room, but David and, I can't remember the little girl's name, David and, is it Shayla? David and his little sister might have to share a room. I'm gonna have to try and figure out. I'm thinking they're not bad for money, so I feel like they wouldn't live on the trailer park. Maybe they're like over here in a bit more of like a rundown house, so they have like a big house but it's all really cheap furniture because they're having to make cuts for how big their family is. But yes, so the Optimus family is next. Pray for me. But that is the end of my first Sims 2 video and my first video in Woodwell. Please let me know what you think. I am still trying to like get to grips with this new town, because as I said, I literally created it today, so there's nothing in it, and I am really trying to build more on my own. So like here is the pancakes house, so I am going to try and make sure that at least the houses are built by me. If I do end up going in and renovating any of these, I'll give it a go, but for now they are there just so that the Sims have something to do when we play with them. So yes, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want to see any more building videos. So if you would like to see me build the Optimus house before we play with them, please let me know. And let me know if you would like a tour of Brixley and its 2 subhoods, which is my own personal save that I play with. I also am playing Pleasant View kind of on and off, but I am willing to restart it if anyone would like a kind of rotational play of Pleasant View as well. But please let me know, and let me know if there's any other Sims families you can think of adding to Woodwell that kind of already exist in the universe. Like if you want the BFF household made, if you want the land grabs made, let me know and I can always add them in. Thank you very much for watching, and please pray for me with the Optimus family because I will cry.